In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
The young white man, you are truly alone. All the young white guys need to team up because it is us against the world. Everyone hates us. You guys need to wake up to that fact. We need to become racist and we need to take charge.
And by the way, don't buy into this propaganda that, oh, white girls are just whores. Let's go to fucking Colombia and get a cheap hooker.
Yeah.
This passport bro bullshit, that's Jewish as fuck. That's a Jewish psyop to make you have mongrel babies.
If you're non-white, if I was non-white and I wasn't in this battle like I am, if I was a black dude, I would be a passport bro.
Yeah.
For non-whites, I get it. Because you can go to a third world country and get a much hotter girl. You just can't. As an American with like more money, you can pull something way better in a third world country. But she's going to be brown. But if you're a black dude or if you're a brown dude, that's fine. If I was non-white, I think I would be a passport bro. But if you're white, we're going to have to wife up these hoes. You're going to have to suck it up and wife up one of these American white girls, and but it'll be okay. Because
your race matters that much. Like your race. In 10 generations, your line will have continued. And nobody will care that your great-great-grandmother was a hoe because you exist and you're more white people. The white race must be preserved at all causes. And by the way, girls become hoes when they don't have a guy putting them in line. So if most girls will take on the mindset of the guy that they're dating. So if you're conservative, I'm not saying go out and get some radical, insane liberal, like that's beyond the pale, but most girls will kind of meld into who you are, and if you just put them in their place, it'll be fine. And you got to do it for the race.
You got it. We're gonna have
race.
Well, and again, and circling back, this is why I disagree with these pastors telling all these young men to wait till they're married, because none of the girls are virgins. Being a virgin man marrying a non-virgin woman is a terrible idea. You have no idea what you're getting. She's going to be able to just totally control you. You have no idea what you're getting into.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha. It was like another minute of that shit. I couldn't stand it. But before I played that video, you had your boy JD Vance talking about not being guilty for being white, whatever the fuck that means. Not apologizing for being white. So nobody asked you to apologize. Nobody's like, I don't know where these white people are getting this notion that it's something wrong with being white. White people have gotten sick of your racist shit, so you might want to pick a bone with them. Black people never intended to make you feel guilty for being white. We've never said you should be guilty or feel guilty for being white. We call you out shit for present day shit. And we use slavery, Jim Crow, and shit that's happened in the past to correlate the shit that's happening right now. We don't just bring it up just because for shits and giggles. We don't bring it up to rub it in your face or none of that shit. It's to prove a point about the shit that's happening now. When Mike Brown got shot, whether he punched a cop, I don't think a bullet in the fucking chest or in the back. In the back, that's even worse because he was running the fuck away. But let's say it was in his chest, which ballistics proved he was shot in the back. Yeah, I don't think you should shoot unarmed people running away because they punch you. As a professional, law-abiding officer, peace officer, I don't think you should gun somebody down. Same thing with Michael Slager, the dude that shot Walter Scott in the back. He was running away because I think he had a warrant for unpaid child support, some shit like that. The man shot him in the back. That's wrong. That's a public display of lynching, so it got to be called out. We bring up shit like lynching because it correlates our point we're making now. Like I said in countless videos, you don't want to seem racist, don't do or say racist shit. It ain't that hard. These Nimrods are just fucking stupid and they don't grasp that, right? Not only that, if you have a problem with people bringing up your racist shit that you say or do, you should probably not do it. However, they don't actually make that argument easy when they go on platforms like this. And I found that video on Twitter, which I'm gonna have to heavily edit, because my man clearly says we're gonna have to start being racist again. What the fuck does that mean? You think people just are gonna accept you saying that shit like, oh, they're just gonna be racist again? No, fuck no. We're going to speak against that shit, rail against it, and even protest. Because no, you should not be racist. You should not be obstructing people from opportunity, job, workforce, housing, or any other fucking thing. That's fucking despicable and a scumbag behavior. So it should be called out on. I don't know what the fuck these Nimrods expect. Now, from somebody like JD Vance, I kind of get it. Because he's my demographic, right? Even though I think he's like, I want to say, let me not even guess. So JD Vance, yeah, he's in my age range. He's 41, I'm 42. He's same age range, right? He's a douche. He was born in 84, which was a terrible fucking year if you remember the 80s. You know, while I was born in 83, I felt the reeling from it in 86, 87, 89, right? So by the time I was 6 years old, I seen the effects of 1980. So like, it kind of makes sense. He's a fucking racist. Dudes my age, I ain't even gonna front. Dudes my age that's white, they typically are. It's a 50-50. 50% chance that they racist, 50% chance that they not. My money's always on 50% that they are, based off of the shit they said. Like I said in the previous video that I did some time ago, that it's all sweet when a motherfucker in the, in the 90s, right? Wu-Tang came out. They all screaming Wu-Tang clique ain't nothing to fuck with. By the time they hit middle age, they're dickheads like JD Vance. They placate the racists, even if themselves aren't racist. They pull racist black boogeymen out of the fucking osmosis, right? Out of thin air. He's a politician, so he's the worst of the scumbags, because anybody with a half-working brain knows that's what politicians do. They placate the people's emotions. That's how they get public policy passed, based off of how people feel, not based off of like what's really happening. If they actually solve shit as politicians, namely a vice president or a president, based off of shit that's happening, we could stop world poverty, or at least poverty in America. We could stop violence. Hell, if they want to stop mass shootings, they could. That's not hard. Like, they want to curb gang violence, they could. Like, they want to stop this housing crisis, this incessant poverty that's in the state of California. They could. They don't. They placate the people's racism, bigotry, and all the above. That's why MAGA is so fucking popular, or at least was. It's dying now. But that's how Trump got the fuck off the ground. Riddle me this, all you dumb racists that's out there. How the fuck did you vote for somebody that's from up north? Last time I checked, white guys from up north ain't never really been fond of Southerners down south. Hell, they ain't never been fond of Midwesterners, Southerners, or even yokels out west. So how the fuck did you think you was on the same team? He's a Northerner. Hell, I'm from the Midwest, and even I know that 50% of niggas in the South don't like me just because they mistake me for being an up northern nigga. It's no different. I've met plenty of white dudes from New York. They don't like South motherfuckers. They don't kick it with you. They don't smoke with you. They don't hang out. They don't even like you. I've had the unfortunate or fortunate luck, however you see it, to actually have talks with guys that were white from the Bronx, from Harlem, from Brooklyn. They don't like fucking dudes from Alabama. So how the fuck did you vote for Donald Trump? He's from Queens. Of all places in New York, fucking Queens. You thought he was cool with you? Never mind JD Vance, he's from Ohio. Now, he might actually have an alliance with racist dumb fucks, because it's a lot of racist white dudes in Ohio. However, he's a politician, so he's only placating to your emotions of bigotry and racism. He don't give a fuck about you. He's saying that shit because it's riling white dudes up. And I don't know how white dudes feel like they're being oppressed when they're still getting fucking hired. more than anybody. That's a fucking fact. And the shit blows my mind. They try to exacerbate shit like it's not. Oh, the white man is being oppressed. How so, Sway, when we got a fucking white president? If that was the case, Kamala would have won. If that was the case, every black motherfucker that's running from some type of office would be knocking these motherfuckers out the park. If that was the case, Raphael Warnock would have won Senate of Georgia. If I'm not mistaken, I think your boy that Jeff Osloff or whatever the fuck his name. Can't say that nigga name. John Ossoff. If racism and bigotry was so fucking high, how the fuck did he win over Raphael Warnock, which was a black guy? If racism is so big, how the fuck did Stacey Abrams lose? I think she was running for mayor of Atlanta. She lost to a white person. The fuck, she lost to a black man. The fuck are we talking about here? These white people are just imagining shit, right? Everybody want to be a racist. This is like the oppression Olympics. Everybody wants to be in it. I've said this before with white people. Black people got offended from being called niggas so much that white people now, with the rise of transgenderism, get quote unquote equally as offended if you misgender them, like you just called them nigga or something. It's the fucking oppression Olympics. First it started with black people, right? We wasn't competing for that shit. We was actually trying to end it. And then you had the rise of feminism in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. And the shit's just lingered on since. Now you got the rise of transgenderism. Shit's just lingering on. People just want to have something to bitch about, to feel oppressed about, when you really don't have nothing to be oppressed about. Nobody's fucking oppressing you. You are a man with a fucking wig on, which is not the same as being oppressed because of fucking skin color in the workforce or any other type of opportunity that may or may not present itself. Hopefully that made sense. It probably didn't to all the people with the low IQs, but I digress. In any event, if you like this episode, leave it a comment, like, and subscribe. I want to check the temperature, see how many fucks out there agree with this BS that JD Vance is kicking and the shit that Lily Gaddis. You notice these people like the the woman propaganda and Lily Gaddis. You notice that the only apparatus that they get off the ground on with disputed stupidness is Twitter. That can't be a coincidence. Not only that, I just got done talking about Elon Musk racist ass. It's no coincidence he's the CEO of Twitter, which is like a cesspool of racism. And these two yokels, while they can't survive on Instagram hardly or YouTube, they're just blossoming on Twitter saying racist shit. And nobody sees this correlation, right? Nothing's by coincidence. Everything is by design. In any event, I'm out.